How's it going, everyone? It is October 5th. Back out here on my food plot I put in. Came out here last night. Really surprised not to see anything. There's normally a button buck and its mom in here every day, and morning and night. And I was really surprised not to see him. Well, I heard something kind of break a stick when I was walking up to my stand, which it's kind of sneaky to get into. But obviously when you're halfway up a tree, then anything that's in there could see you. But it's about halfway to my stand. I heard that stick break and checked the Joe Camp card last night. That little button book was in here about 5 minutes before I got to my stand, so he was in here just a lot earlier than I expected. But yeah, check the camera and there's a giant 8-point that came through on September 30th, hung around a lot, then came back through, of course, opening evening when my wind would have been blowing bad for what I thought for this stand. But he came in about 7 o'clock and hung around for half an hour, and he's just a stud. So at least here for Michigan, and especially for a little 15 acres or 10 acres of woods I got here. So I'm hoping he comes back in. Nothing came in last night, and there wasn't really much on camera for Saturday and Sunday. So most time they get on that 3-day pattern. I'm hoping the day's that third day where he decides to come back in. But there's probably 4 or 5 good shooter deer out here that I would love to take, plus some does. I got a bunch of doe tags. But we'll see what happens. My wind's not the best. There's a little bedding area down here on my left, and my wind's kind of blowing on the edge of it, and I'm not liking it. But it's one of those things where from the camera they're coming off this other hillside, so I don't think they're in there. So I'm hoping I'm not messing anything this hill, and then he was crashing the whole way, trying to get his feet under him, but he just wasn't able to. And I think he might be on the other side of this hill dead. But I'm gonna back out. I'm gonna wait for my brother to come out. Might bring my wife out. I'm not sure yet. And hopefully we can put a tag on this good Michigan buck. I've yet to shoot a buck like this in Michigan with my bow, and I've been getting quite a few on camera lately, and trying to do better with wind, pressure, all that stuff on the properties I hunt, even on state land, and it's starting to pay off the last couple of years. And I really hope that I can put a tag on this deer, because this is my biggest archery bow deer, I believe, to this day. It'll be hard to top my Indiana, but this one might have the spread and the timeline to do it, so we'll see.
Didn't really have time to do the blood trailing tonight on camera, but we got him. Not the best footage, but it happened quick. Had this guy on camera both September 30th and the 1st of October. He came in about the same time, and you know, I went out last night and I was kind of disappointed that I didn't see much out there after, you know, all the rain that we've had. But tonight was a different story. He came in, and he didn't come in on the food plot. He actually came in straight in front of me, and I didn't see him until he was at 20 yards because it's so thick right now with all the leaves and everything on. I heard one stick snap, and all I seen was bone. So I got the camera on real quick, got my bow real quick, and he turned to walk up this hill, and at 14 yards I put one right on him. It's a little high on the entry, but it smoked the opposite shoulder. You know, I was kind of surprised it didn't get passed through, but I smoked the other shoulder, and I can actually see the broadhead just barely peeking on the side. So I can't wait to dig that out. But yeah, just an awesome way to start the season. We're only on the 5th day of the season. I was kind of getting down the dumps trying to get the monkey off my back. I would have been pumped with a doe, but the good Lord blessed us with a giant 8-point, a giant for me, I should say, giant 8-point, really wide, not tall tines, but just a gorgeous buck, big. He's already kind of starting to smell like a good buck that's getting ready for the rut. So a lot of stench to him. So it was cool to get one out of the way before season starts going on. I got Indiana tags, I got Michigan tags. Duck season starts this Saturday, so I want to be out there and doing it all, but you can only be so many places at one time. But super proud. He only went probably about 100 yards and dropped, you know, quick, clean kill, and that's what we hope every time we shoot a deer. So super pumped with this tonight, and couldn't be happier. But thanks for watching, guys.